Today, we pause to remember the life and legacy of a man whose presence on screen left a lasting impact on television, film, and the people who worked alongside him. Isiah Whitlock Jr., a respected actor known for his powerful performances and unmistakable voice, has passed away at the age of 71 after a short illness. His death marks the end of a career that spanned more than 4 decades and touched audiences across generations. Isiah Whitlock Jr. was not just an actor, he was a storyteller. Through his roles, he gave voice to characters that felt real, flawed, complex, and deeply human. For millions of viewers around the world, his face and voice became familiar through one of television's most critically acclaimed series, The Wire. In that show, Whitlock portrayed State Senator R. Clayton "Clay" Davis, a corrupt but charismatic politician whose sharp dialogue and memorable delivery turned him into one of the most quoted characters in modern television history. His famous drawn-out expression, a single word delivered with perfect timing, became a cultural moment. It was referenced in interviews, repeated by fans, and immortalized in internet clips long after the show ended. Yet Whitlock's legacy goes far beyond a single phrase. His performance captured the moral complexity of power, corruption, and survival within political systems, making his character both entertaining and unsettling at the same time. Born on September 13, 1954 in South Bend, Indiana, Isiah Whitlock Jr.'s journey into acting was not a straightforward one. Early in life, he showed promise as an athlete, particularly in football. However, a serious injury changed the direction of his future. What could have been the end of one dream became the beginning of another. During his recovery, Whitlock discovered acting, a path that would ultimately define his life. He went on to study theater and trained at the American Conservatory Theater, where he developed a strong foundation in stage performance. This classical training shaped his ability to command attention, control pacing, and bring emotional depth to every role he played. Those who worked with him often described him as disciplined, thoughtful, and deeply committed to his craft. Whitlock's early career included theater work and smaller roles in television and film, slowly building a reputation as a reliable and compelling character actor. Over time, casting directors recognized his unique presence, a combination of authority, humor, and authenticity that made him stand out even in brief appearances. As his career progressed, he became a frequent collaborator with acclaimed filmmaker Spike Lee, appearing in multiple films including 25th Hour, BlacKkKlansman, and Da 5 Bloods. These roles allowed Whitlock to explore a wide range of emotions, from quiet reflection to sharp political commentary. His performances in these films were often understated but powerful, adding layers to stories that dealt with race, history, justice, and identity. Beyond dramatic roles, Whitlock also demonstrated a strong talent for comedy and satire. In the HBO political comedy Veep, he portrayed George Maddox, the blunt and outspoken Secretary of Defense. His performance brought humor without sacrificing realism, once again proving his versatility as an actor. Whether playing a politician, military leader, or civilian, Whitlock had a rare ability to make characters feel grounded and believable. Over the course of his career, Isiah Whitlock Jr. amassed more than 125 screen credits, appearing in films such as Goodfellas, Cedar Rapids, and She Hate Me. He also lent his distinctive voice to animated projects, including major studio releases, expanding his reach to younger audiences who may not have known his earlier work. Despite his success, Whitlock was known among colleagues as a humble and approachable individual. Fellow actors often spoke of his generosity on set, his willingness to mentor younger performers, and his sharp sense of humor between takes. He was someone who understood the responsibility of storytelling and treated his work with respect. News of his passing prompted an outpouring of tributes from across the entertainment industry. Directors, co-stars, writers, and fans shared memories, quotes, and scenes that reminded them why his performances mattered. Many emphasized not just his talent, but his kindness, describing him as a man who listened as much as he spoke. For fans of The Wire, Whitlock's death feels especially personal. The show itself is often described as one of the greatest television series ever made, and his role was a critical part of its success. Clay Davis was not a hero, but he was unforgettable, a character who reflected real-world political systems and moral compromises. Whitlock played him with such precision that audiences found themselves both amused and disturbed at the same scene. As time passes, television and film continue to evolve, but performances like Whitlock's remain timeless. His work stands as a reminder of the power of character acting, of how supporting roles can leave as strong an impression as leading ones. At 71, Isiah Whitlock Jr. leaves behind a legacy defined not just by awards or headlines alone, but by impact, by the stories he helped tell, by the emotions he stirred, by the authenticity he brought to every role, no matter how big or small. In remembering him, we also reflect on the broader importance of artists who dedicate their lives to the craft without seeking constant spotlight. Whitlock was one of those artists, steady, consistent, and deeply respected. As fans revisit his scenes, rewatch his shows, and quote his lines, his presence continues to live on. Through streaming platforms, reruns, and films, new audiences will keep discovering his work for years to come. Today, we honor Isiah Whitlock Jr., an actor, a storyteller, and a lasting voice in American television and cinema. May he rest in peace.